Now, as you've been saying, Mr. Yao, we have got, the government has put out a new consultation paper.
Yep.
It took you 2 years almost to produce that consultation paper. You've got 19 measures that are proposals to
actually
improve.
36 instead of 19.
Okay.
It's more than that.
All right, 36 to clean up our air. But the thing I think I want to ask you, and I think a lot of people think the same thing, is why do we need another consultation? Because you know what's going to happen. Why cannot the government just say, okay, we've talked about this since 1999 with Tung Chee-hwa, 10 years ago. Do we still need to consult? The government should lead. We all know what needs to be done. Just say, this is what we're going to have to do to clean up our air, and that's it.
Yeah, Michael, the way forward is clear. Everybody wants cleaner air.
We all know
Yes.
what we want, right?
There are statutory provisions in our system that we, by updating our planning standards, it will form guidelines. So these set of guidelines will become part of the statute, which will guide a lot of development. So it's a serious business. Let me explain how we sort of worked about this, what has been done before this consultation. I think basically we are doing two things. One is, as I mentioned, to update and upgrade to the highest possible standard which can guide us in our future. So here we are proposing, using WHO guidelines, the control for the 7 major pollutants for Hong Kong. On the other hand, while setting the standard, we must come up with a package of proposal in which we can sort of achieve those standards. Now, both are important tasks. On the one hand, I think there would be a lot of discussion on whether the set of standard coming out is too lenient or too tight. Certainly, we have already here sort of different views on that. On the other hand, we need to have the community to buy in, to support the package of proposal that we are rolling out.
But we've been doing it for so long.
Now, there are measures or programs in the package that are already in the pipeline. So, you're right in saying that there are things that we got to do, and they are already sort of in the pipeline. There are also issues that might need further discussion or possibly some public controversy when it comes to detailed implementation.
Right.
So what we are proposing is, on the one hand, whether this set of new guidelines being rolled out meets the aspiration of Hong Kong people, and at the same time, are we agreeable to the package of proposal and the pace on which we will be doing this if we were to achieve this standard?
Okay, well, that's fine, but you just said controversy. I asked you why do we need yet another consultation. I don't know that you have exactly answered that, because you can just lead and say, like many other governments do, we feel we just need to do it, and then they just do it, right? In this case, we all know what we want. We want cleaner air, and you know what we need to do to get cleaner air, then just do it. But if you have a consultation, let's be honest here, Mr. Yao, when you have a consultation, all the special interests will come in, and they'll say they don't like this. The transport trade will say they don't want that. The power companies will say they don't want this. The businesses will say it's going to cost us a lot more money. Look at how long it took us just to deal with the simple matter of plastic bags. Now you're going to consult the public on this huge thing to update our clean air standards from 1987 standards to new standards. It's going to go on forever. You're not going to achieve anything. By the time you get something, it's going to be watered down.
Yeah, Michael, well, the happiest thing is if I have sort of the entire community like you sort of supporting us in the whole package. But as we all know, well, in going through these package of proposal, there would be discussions and to a certain extent some controversy. Nothing better than by securing sufficient support and buy-in for us to take things forward. And since the release of this public consultation document, we have already hearing different voices. While I still firmly believe that the community at large is with us, wanting to do much better. But there are sort of an area that we need to consult further as we sort of come to package the entire program. so that sufficient support will be with us when we introduce legislation, when we sort of talk about bus rationalization, when we sort of negotiate with power companies in changing to a cleaner fuel mix. There are also areas that we are already rolling out resources, like energy efficiency, which we have seen some encouraging support. But I think it's important for the entire community to take this very seriously, whether this new set of guidelines will be the guiding principle for Hong Kong to move to a cleaner city. And at the same time, sort of all contributing in rallying sufficient support for us to continue with the implementation of the program.
Okay, we'll just take a short break. More Newsline in just a moment. Please don't go away.